Hey, what's up, Coin Fam? I'm Miser, and I make educational videos for coin collectors and coin roll hunters that want to learn how to identify rare and valuable coins in their pocket change. There are plenty of rare coins and varieties that are worth collecting or flipping if you know what to look for and have a little luck on your side. In today's video, we're going to talk about circulated coins in average condition worth hundreds and thousands of dollars. Let's get right into it. First on our list is this 1924 Denver minted Lincoln cent. It's graded about uncirculated with no number grade because it's improperly cleaned. It's important to remember never to clean your coins if you have plans to have them graded. An old coin should look like an old coin. Natural aging won't take away from a grade, but an improperly cleaned coin can have a dramatic impact on the price of your coin. You want to keep an eye out for this one because it's a semi-key date. There were just a little over 2.5 million of these minted. This whole thing sold for $204. That's not bad for a penny. Next up is this 1983 penny. This one is graded about uncirculated 58. That's pretty close to a mint state grade, but not quite there. This one is a very famous double die reverse, which means that the die wasn't lined up properly during creation and was made with some of the design doubled due to the alignment of the hub. This means that every time that die struck a planchet, it imprinted this error onto each coin. The reverse means the tail side of the coin. If we look at the other side of the penny, we can clearly see the doubling on the S, E, and S of the word states, all over E pluribus unum, and if you take a closer look right here at the bottom of the coin, you can see how obvious the doubling is on every one of the letters in the words one and cent. The doubling and the grade for this penny brought in a cool $207 at auction. And here's another double die on a 1972 penny. This one is on the front of the penny, so it's called a DDO, or double die obverse. It was also graded about uncirculated 58. I like these two examples because the doubling is so obvious on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and also on the date of the coin. This one sold for $228. This 1971 DDO is another about uncirculated coin. The doubling isn't as obvious as the last one we looked at, but you can still see it with the naked eye on the L and the I in Liberty and the G in God. If you have a coin microscope, you'll be able to zoom in a little bit more clearly. And if you're in need of a coin microscope, check out the links below in the description of the video. There are a couple options for you based on your budget. This penny is the last one we're going to see today that only sold for a couple $100. The big boys are about to arrive. This penny right here brought in a little over $294. Let's jump up to the year 1992. Did you know that something as simple as the distance between the A and the M in the word America could have such a huge impact on the price of a 1992 penny? The reverse of the 1992 penny is supposed to look like this right here. Check out the distance between the A and the M. It doesn't look that big, does it? Now let's compare it to the 1992 close AM design. There have been a limited amount of these close AM designs found for the 1992 Philadelphia minted Lincoln cent, and if you're lucky enough to come across one of them, even in about uncirculated condition like this one, you're looking at over $2,000, and these have been found in pocket change as well. Here's one that'll need a little explanation. Here we have a 1914 Denver minted coin graded about uncirculated 50. And this one was labeled whizzed. The 1914 D Lincoln Memorial Cent is one of the few key dates for pennies. There were only 1,193,000 of these minted back then, so the current population is going to be much lower than that. Sometimes collectors decide to clean coins. Usually this is just out of ignorance and not done intentionally to deceive a buyer, hopefully. When it comes to restoring the natural luster of a coin, some have used mechanical brushes in an attempt to polish the coin to its original luster. This is called whizzing. Whizzing will likely damage the surface of a coin and leave small circular scratches from the brushes. You can see evidence of these scratches on both the obverse and the reverse of this coin. Despite the damage done by whizzing, this penny is so rare it's still sold for $2,530. I've got a very recent sale to show you right now, and this is for a very famous double die penny. In fact, my father used to look for this penny when he was a kid. It's none other than the 1955 DDO. This double die penny was graded about uncirculated 58. The reverse is that of a normal penny, but flip it over and take a look at the obverse. The doubling is obvious and is visible to the naked eye. You can see it on every single letter and number on the face of the coin. This beauty right here just sold on July 15th for 264,000 pennies. How about this 1917 double die? Another DDO graded about uncirculated 55. The doubling is obvious, but not nearly as obvious as the 1955 penny we just looked at. Take a look at the word trust and the 9 and the 7 in the date. This coin is considered by Favas Stanton as one of the top 5 Lincoln cent varieties, and it sold at auction for $5,750. And now we'll take a look at a couple of the famous transition coins. In 1943, the government made a change to the composition of the metals for pennies because copper was needed for the war effort. So all 1943 pennies are steel and all 1944 pennies are copper, right? Not quite. Mint employees are just like employees anywhere else. Sometimes mistakes are made and sometimes shenanigans happen. These errors are extremely rare. Here's a 1944 steel cent. This one should be copper. In 1944, the mint resumed using copper planchets, but this one somehow came into existence and made it out of the well-secured mint facility. This one is showing some environmental damage on the obverse and the reverse as well, but it's still sold for $6,325 at auction. And in 1943, when steel planchets were used for minting pennies, we have this 1943 penny struck on a copper planchet. Look at the condition of this coin. It is toe up from the flow up and still brought in almost $90,000 at auction. If you want to learn more about 1943 pennies and what to look for, click on the video to the right. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check your change.